am ready.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 best RPGs to play on the Nintendo Switch. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Chained Echoes. The era of the Game Boy Advance saw a treasure trove of fantastic RPGs in both original IPs and ports of classic games. If you grew up on those games from that era, then Chained Echoes might become your next favorite title. While Chained Echoes does feature your standard RPG mechanics, it does introduce something rather unique with its overdrive mechanic. Certain actions can eventually bolster your attack power, however, it can also backfire when overheated. Carefully plan your attacks and make the most of your turn, and you'll find a pleasant sprint through this magnificent gem of a game. Pokemon Legends Arceus. The Pokemon franchise has been needing a shot in the arm for some time now. Some kind of evolution that makes the journey to becoming a Pokemon master much more immersive. We'll let you have your thoughts about the condition of the core games, but if you want something truly spectacular, you must play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Here, encounters occur in real time, and Pokemon can actually attack the player. You have to be on your toes while trying to capture every pocket monster, rather than just the usual turn-based combat initiated by random encounters. So if you're a fan who has been dying for a change in formula, Legends will not let you down. Plus, a sequel is in the works and scheduled to release in 2025, so now is an excellent time to check this out. Live Alive. The original Live Alive was never released outside of Japan, but this remake saw widespread appeal and critical acclaim, and for good reason. Much like another modern RPG that we'll see soon, Live Alive puts you in the shoes of 8 different protagonists, each story taking place across vastly different timelines, from the prehistoric ages to medieval times and even the distant future.
The first thing we need to do is register you as a crew member. Otherwise, you won't be free to move about the ship.
And you won't have to worry about sinking over 100 hours into this. Live Alive sticks around long enough to tell its tales and tell them well. If you have 30 hours to spare, you will not regret playing this one. Star Ocean, the second story R.
Wow, it's so pretty.
Is it? Well, thank you.
The Star Ocean franchise has been on the up and up over the last handful of years. Some of us still haven't recovered from 2016's integrity and faithlessness, and the faith was largely restored with the 2023 remake of Star Ocean: The Second Story. From the exceptional voice acting to the gorgeously detailed environments, The Second Story R is a massive JRPG that you can get lost in for hours. And that music, oh, that glorious music! We only hope publisher Square Enix and its partners can keep the quality up for whatever is next in Star Ocean's future. Golf Story. It's no epic adventure of demons or warring factions or interdimensional travel, but Golf Story is still worthy of any Switch owner's attention. Inspired by the Game Boy Color version of Mario Golf, you will compete across various tournaments while honing your skills and leveling up your golfing prowess. In between standard golfing tournaments, you will be able to take on various side quests in the open world, and even play some fun minigames to further improve your stats or acquire new equipment. Just don't be surprised if you don't understand the Australian jargon some of the characters utter. Shin Megami Tensei 5.
それ以外の神々は争い合っておった。
The Persona games are great and all, but if you want a JRPG that is going to test your skills, Shin Megami Tensei 5 will certainly put the pressure on. As the mysterious entity Nahobano, I hope I pronounced that right, you will venture across an apocalyptic wasteland version of Tokyo as you battle demons and fight to return home. While previous installments may have scared away casuals, SMT5 actually does a compelling job at explaining its mechanics and easing you into a taxing difficulty. Plus, for as generic as the world may seem initially, this desolate iteration of Tokyo does feature plenty of areas that make exploration feel fun and exciting. The Vengeance re-release further improves this game with refined visuals, more areas to get lost in, and a more streamlined combat system. Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Marvel at our strategy.
Almost any Fire Emblem game is satisfying to play, but 3 Houses is the most ambitious and engaging, which is something Fire Emblem Engage forgot to do. 3 Houses already threw us for a loop when we were made to choose which class to lead. With each class having characters with vastly different stories behind them, essentially, you have 3 games in one, but the biggest satisfaction comes from your role as their teacher. Your efforts in spending time with them in class and helping each student in their academics will show in battle, whether it's in counterattacks, frequent critical hits, or learning new team-up attacks. It kind of gives an interesting window into how educators who care about teaching feel when seeing their students succeed. Super Mario RPG. It's hard to believe many of us ever got to play the original Super Mario RPG, and if you are one of those people, then you should absolutely pick up the remake. While the visuals are different, almost everything we loved about the original is retained here. The writing is still hilarious, the enemies are just as weird and wacky as ever, and the music by Yoko Shimomura is wonderfully beautiful in both its original and new arrangements. One playthrough will show you why SNES fans have forever cherished this game since 1996. Octopath Traveler series. Whether you want to play the first or second Octopath Traveler is entirely up to you. You can play either game without needing to play the other. But what makes these games unique is how they evoke classic RPGs like Live Alive in their story and combat while boasting some of the most gorgeously detailed graphics seen on Switch.
So beg whatever gods you serve for forgiveness and dig, you useless little mole!
Octopath Traveler 2 does feature a few extra bells and whistles, like latent powers to spice up the combat. However, both games offer up incredible tales to experience, so you should really play both when you get the opportunity. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Just like Octopath Traveler, you can really play whichever Xenoblade game appeals to you, although among the main 3, we highly recommend Xenoblade Chronicles 3. While it does suffer from the Switch's technical limitations in some areas, Xenoblade 3 excels in evolving the combat. First, you have the introduction of the interlink system, which lets certain pairs of characters form into an Ouroboros, not that one, with access to stronger attacks. On top of that, the game does a tremendous job at properly pacing the player for difficulty. You won't have to fret about any lengthy sessions of XP farming so long as you keep up with side quests. Combine all of that with the already fantastic story, music, and world design, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will have you hooked instantly.
How's this for a plan? That's teamwork.
Have you played any of these for yourself, and are you planning to pick up the Thousand Year Door remake or the re-release of Shin Megami Tensei 5? Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.